Morning all. We've made it up to Buffelshoek Dam at the moment, and as you can see, one of our very special characters from Zuma Game Reserve, and just behind us is a very recent kill of his. He seems to have killed a nyala. I didn't get a good look at it. He's just left the kill and moved away to lie down in the shade. I can move more to the side.
Yeah, he's fine, mate.
He's fine there, mate. He is lying in the shade, but I'm hoping that maybe some of you can still get an idea of him. Oh. First guest coming in from Finland. Morning, Racer. Virginia and Power Funk all saying quarantine mail. Yes, indeed, it is him. QM. The GQ of leopards. QM. He's looking rather full, and hopefully we'll get a glimpse of that carcass shortly, or maybe when we leave.
Franklin coming up behind you.
Yeah, a pair of Natal Franklins coming up the back. I don't think they've seen him yet. Now they will, as he looks at them. If he sees them, might get the one out of the corner of his eye. Such a beautiful cat. I think the Franklin have seen him now. Franklin's playing chicken. Now we know his father was here a couple of days ago, and that's probably what he's doing right now is he's probably scenting where Mvula might have marked his territory. Arquette in Arkansas. Morning, Arquette in Arkansas. Explain quarantine's markings so you can identify. Well, it depends on which part of the body you want to look at. Any patch, you can take any patch on a leopard and compare it with any other leopard, and that will give you. So, I think it's largely up to the individual. I mean, sometimes you look at the markings above the eye, sometimes you look at the markings below, under the chin and the neck, that what we call the bib, that black ring around his neck, the bib markings. You can look at shoulder markings, the forehead. For me, one of the things that I look at between Quarantine and his brother Kanuma is just the markings above the left eye, which we can't see right now. There we go. It's difficult from this angle, Arquette. It's from this distance with the shade that we have. We'll see if we can. But if you look just above his left eye, there's a very almost like an inverted teardrop, a very large black spot, and just to the right of that is a marking that looks like the pound sign, the British pounds. His brother has 3 spots where those markings are. I think it's up to the individual to choose their own markings. Try and get it as close as you can on the face, and choose a spot on the face. Could be the corner of the eye, could be between the eyes on the forehead, and it's all very well we trying to explain to you what markings are used, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier for you yourselves to choose the markings that you recognize. We do have a lot of viewers who have done that. But the grey lure is the go-away bird just above him in the tree, telling the whole world that he's here. It's rather awkward. It's very bright out here in the sun, looking into the shade. Something's at the water because the plovers are going crazy. Watching something.
Guys, excuse me. The cock's eating part of the kid in the river. And the hyena's just taken the other bits behind.
Thank you. Croc? What croc? There's a croc.
Oh, I can see the hyena there.
Yeah. Hyena's carrying off a piece of the kill. That's what he was looking at. It's just behind some...
Crocodile. Eating the part of the kill. Crocodile.
Eating a piece of the
There's
kill.
evidently a crocodile here at Buffelshoek Dam eating part of the kill.
Half of it.
I know, we actually a little bit stuck. I can't really get anywhere from here. I can try. Drive through here. Let's just see, we're going to have to try and catch this so we can... There goes my feather. Really?
We actually heard it, that made us turn around.
Yeah.
What's
I
crunching?
didn't even know there was a croc here. Yeah, every day. Thanks. Must have come recently. Thanks for that.
Really see its head now.
Yeah. Get a view here. Part of the kill is still under the tree here. Oh, about a 6-8 foot croc. Go around to the torchwood. The thing about crocodiles is they are so secretive that could have been here in the end of the dam. Every time we've been here, he's never known about it. But I remember times gone by a few years ago when there used to be a croc here at Buffelshoek Dam. We used to be able to drive down to the edge of the water and see it occasionally. I think it's going to probably, gone underwater now. Come this close to it. Other side of this tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there he is. I'll try and turn for you, Brian. He's moving off slowly. We so often get a question about crocodiles. And there he goes. This prehistoric reptile. I wondered why the plovers were making a noise. Evidently there was a tussle between the croc and the leopard earlier this morning. And well, hyena came along and evidently hyena has just snatched a piece of the kill and walked off with it. Bismarck. So, interesting times here at Buffelshoek Dam. Could be that this croc was at another dam north of here on Buffelshoek. And since this dam is as deep as it is, less likely to lose its water for the rest of the season. Could be one of the reasons why this croc has come this way. Ngwenya is there. Remember a few years ago there was Ngwenya here?
Yes,
Does he come from Buffelshoek?
yes, I was going at that time. And this one must be coming from where? Might be the one coming from Chukachidwa.
Okay.
It's a big one.
Maybe 8-10 feet.
Ah,
But they say he was fighting for the nyama.
yes, I hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Missy walked off that way with some.
Yes, that's right. we came back from. We came back again.
I'm going to do that too.
Yes, we came back.
Just one last look at this croc. I mean, Ephraim drives on various different properties, so he would know which other dams have had crocodiles. He seems to think of this particular one. Just saying that he could have come from Chitwa, which is quite far south. There we go, a beautiful view of this croc as it. Yes, I will do. Copy. There's also copy, thanks. It's a tiny baby terrapin on that little piece of mud just in front of the croc. Maybe not such a small croc. I'd say, well, we've got, his head is probably well over a foot long, 2 feet to behind the front legs, maybe another few feet to the back legs, 3 or 4 feet of tail. Very interesting, very nice to know. Now we know where we can come and find a crocodile. The idea will be to try and sneak up on him while he's still out on the bank sunning. And hopefully it's a crocodile that is quite familiar with us, or with the vehicles, or with people. It was about to come for that baby terrapin. Are you going to come out of the water, Mr. Crocodile? Or Mrs.? Okay, let's go find the leopard. We don't have much time left. I don't think this crocodile is going to be going anywhere in a hurry. And I think for the next few days we'll at least have ample opportunity to come and look at it. But for now, morning, Karen. Karen, are there hippos in this dam as well? There is one, and it's got a heron on its back. Let's have a look at that as we just go by again. There's a heron on a hippo. Fast asleep hippo. Hippos and crocs have waken up now. Hippos and crocs have been part of each other's lives for millennia, so the hippo's not under threat at all. The dam is big enough that they don't have to compete for space. Unless the hippo has a favorite bank that it wants to sleep on and the crocodile happens to be there, in which case the hippo will probably chase the croc off the bank. But other than that, this particular dam is pretty big and deep at the moment. Well, big, maybe not so much big as it is deep, but it's holding enough water that I think it'll last through a fairly dry season. Now, one of the reasons why the heron is there is because there's probably better fishing opportunities off of the back of the hippo than there is around the edges, around the shallow edges of the dam. There are certain species of frogs that the heron would probably like to catch, and it's got a greater chance of catching them surfacing for air near the edge of the hippo than there is of catching them on the edge of the water. I think this little boy is back. getting closer to his kill again. Or is he lying up in the shade again? Where is he? Let's see. He's up on the damn wall now. Can you see him through there? Forward. Yeah, there. When leopard is smelling other scents, hello Georgie in Australia, when they're scenting, when they're picking up the scent of other leopards, can they tell if it's male or female? Most certainly they can, Georgie. There is going to be a number of signals, like a number of markers in the urine or the scent marking. Especially if a leopard is in estrus. Okay, I'll do that shortly. No, I'll just break them individually quietly. It's about it. Not quite back at his kill yet. Vulture come. Oh, it's a battalier, juvenile battalier. Just blowing over us at 15 feet above my head. Yeah. From Bum now?
No, bicycle. You need to go around it. Yes.
Sorry, as I was saying, one of the ways that interruptions. One of the only ways that males find females in estrus is by scenting them and picking up their estrus scent, the pheromones. But there's so much information that can be told by the scent of a leopard. The age, the health, the sex, readiness, who it is. In fact, even leopards learn to tell not only whether it's male or female, but they even learn the different scents of each individual character that they might come across within either their mother's territory or their own territory or on the borders of their territory. Leopards' territories aren't necessarily like our homes where we abut our neighbour's property with a fence in between. Leopards have overlapping areas where their territories or home ranges overlap. But time of day, unfortunately, of course, when we're going to have to say goodbye. We're going to head back to camp. I think we'll be lucky enough to maybe come and see him again this afternoon. If hyena don't come in, there was a battalier that was arriving here earlier and had a good look. I have no doubt that the battalier is going to settle somewhere close, and that might bring in vultures. It'll be very interesting to come back and see what progress has happened here after our midday. We'll be back 4 o'clock this afternoon. My name is Marc. Bryan and Thumb have been in the back. And from Scott and VM, who weren't able to say goodbye, I'll say goodbye on behalf of them. And of course, thanks to Nikki back in Final Control. We'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. Love you lots.